This broadcast is partnered by Bettersleep, one of the world's top-rated sleep apps designed to help you fall asleep faster and wake up feeling refreshed. I've never been a consistent sleeper. These days, I rarely get 6 to 8 hours of sleep, and I usually wake up feeling like I barely rested. So I decided to try Bettersleep for a few nights, and honestly, it really helped me. One standout feature is the sleep recorder. I had no idea how much I was tossing and turning, or that I even snored when I sleep, until I played it back. That kind of feedback is super helpful. But what really hooked me were the sounds. I love the water sounds, rivers, lakes, rain, and many others that instantly help me stay calm. And the background music? Incredibly relaxing. It's not just great for sleep, it's perfect for meditation too. You can mix and match over 300 sounds and create your own vibe, whether it's white noise, ASMR, or ambient soundscapes. So if you're like me and you struggle with sleep, head over to trybettersleep.co/Alyx and start your 7-day trial for free. Sleep is a crucial part of your overall health, and if you're not getting the rest you need, it can seriously impact your physical and mental well-being. So don't wait. Download the Bettersleep app and start getting the rest you deserve today. Tonight's episode of Friday Night SmackDown was live in Norfolk, Virginia, here in the United States. That unfortunately is not the case for WrestleMania 43. And we're going to talk about it right here in Alyx's world. Hello all and welcome to Alyx's world, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I'm your host Alyx, just Alyx, and this is your recap, review, reaction to Friday Night SmackDown, September 12th, 2025. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? Then let's talk about it. It was good. Good episode. Very strong build to Wrestlepalooza. I thought overall, the wrestling was amazing. Sami Zayn, Rey Fenix, woo! I thought Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton had a great match. 100 times better than their 7-minute whatever match that was at SummerSlam. That match was incredible compared to their SummerSlam match. Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre, of course, is always going to be a good match. The return of Cody Rhodes, R-Truth, Ron Cena confronting Brock Lesnar. All good stuff. I feel like Wrestlepalooza is going to be quite the show to remember. And when we do the preview and predictions next Tuesday with the A&B Combos and, of course, Marked by Wrestling after NXT Homecoming, which, by the way, I will be live for. I'll do a live reaction to that. There will be a live reaction to NXT Homecoming because I gotta watch that live. But, we're gonna have a lot to say about that event. Sadly, no one's talking about SmackDown tonight. As great as the show was, in terms of in-ring action, good overall in terms of build and excitement, everyone is losing their minds, rightfully so, over the announcement that WrestleMania 43 is officially moving to Saudi Arabia. We're going to talk about it. We're going to have ourselves a long conversation. This podcast is going to go for a while. I'm letting you know right now because I got a lot to say about Saudi Arabia and them having WrestleMania. But before we even get into all of that, I just want to make sure we understand something right now. What I have to say has nothing to do with the fans, the supporters, the paying customers that happen to live in Saudi Arabia. It has nothing to do with them. They deserve to have a great show like the rest of us. It just feels like to me, WWE is aiming more for the almighty dollar and less for entertaining the fans. I've been getting that feeling as of lately when it comes to WWE that what matters more is how much money can they get out of us, and less about putting on the best product, which should always come first. Because if you put on a great product, the money will always follow. It feels like TKO is putting the cart before the horse here. The horse should be creating a good product to draw the money. And I'm all for making as much money as possible. Saudi Arabia is throwing bucket loads, an unlimited amount, insurmountable amount of money at them. Someone did a stat, I think it was Brandon Trustin, right? From WrestleNomics? Let's just say WrestleNomics. They did a stat that showed us WWE is making more money from Saudi Arabia than they've made at all WrestleManias combined. In the last 10 years, WWE has made more money from Saudi Arabia than they've made from all 40 WrestleManias. Think about what I just said. When you're getting that much money from a government, from an entity, and you are a show, an entity predicated on making as much money as possible, a business making as much money as possible, which is what a good business does, you're going to go where the money goes. Whether that's right or wrong. And we're going to talk about it. But it is interesting when you stop and think about the amount of money these guys are getting to host a WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. I don't blame them. I can't be mad at them. But at the same time, it is disappointing. It really does feel like the fans are taking a back seat now. TKO doesn't really care about the customers. What they care about is what are the best ways to get the most money out of this pig we call WWE, out of these pigs we call UFC and WWE. And not putting on the best products possible to generate that money. See, this is something I thought I would never say, and you will never, ever, 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 ever hear me say it again. One thing that I will give credit to Vince McMahon for, Jesus Christ, here we are. One thing I would give credit, the only thing I will ever again give credit to when it comes to Vince McMahon, is the fact that he put families first. He never overcharged the families for any event. Ever. Ticket prices for every wrestling show was reasonable. If you could only afford $25, we had seats for you. If you could pay more, we have seats for you. Nowadays, it feels like everyone's being priced out. And so are we really surprised that they're moving to Saudi Arabia? I mean, really think about this. What other country was going to pay WWE this amount of money? It wasn't going to be London. As much as I want it to be. Let's just be real. I was praying that WrestleMania 43 was going to be in London. I desperately wanted WrestleMania 43 to be in London. I did. I've been waiting for them to go to the big stadium, Wembley Stadium, for such a long time, and I've been feeling like that was the next stop for them. And it should have been the next stop for them. I guess they thought otherwise. I don't know what else to say other than there's a lot I want to say. I don't want to say too much because I want to save what I want to say for the stream up ahead. But yeah, man, look, we as fans might need to understand that this WWE is different now. It's a different breed. It's a different animal. The wrestlers are getting paid. That's great. WWE is getting more recognition than it's ever gotten before. They're about to air their first PLE pay-per-view, PLE, on ESPN. Literally next Saturday. That's a bigger audience than they've ever had. So, with that new layer of business comes downsides. And I'm praying that as they grow, they don't lose their soul. They don't lose the heart of who they are. Because it's starting to feel like WWE is losing that. What am I looking for? Is losing that heart, losing that soul, losing that core essence of what separates them from every other sports entity, sports avenue, sports entertainment, whatever. This was a show about storytelling, about telling triumph over defeat, stories that mirror triumph, stories that mirror defeat, building new stars, entertaining people in a way that no one else entertains people. That was something that WWE has prided itself on for such a long time, for decades. And I'm scared the more they go down this road, the more they're going to lose that. Because it's no longer going to be about, we're pushing people who the fans like. What's telling the best story? It's going to be about who's drawing the most money. Sometimes it's not always about the money. And when you make it just about the money, that's when you start to lose money. Because once you let people know they don't care, that you don't care about them, they stop giving you your money. They stop giving them their money. Because why would I give anything, my hard-earned money, to you when you told me that you don't care about me? You only care about what's in my pocket. Well, what's in my pocket is something that I worked very hard to get. And I'm not going to part it with somebody that doesn't want to entertain me. Period. Period. So, if WWE is going down this road, if we're going to do this, don't lose your soul. I'm all for taking WrestleMania overseas. WrestleMania should be taken overseas. I wanted WrestleMania to be in London, Wembley Stadium. We could have done it in any other massive country. Paris usually has a great crowd. Is there a stadium in Paris we can host WrestleMania at? Mexico. You already know Mexico would be a massive, massive place to host WrestleMania. Canada, you can never go wrong with Canadian fans. We haven't touched every stadium here in the United States. It just sucks that there are many other places you could have gone to that would have been such a great spot. You chose Saudi Arabia. You chose Saudi Arabia not because you feel like it was a great place to get the most publicity, a place where you can create a moment. You chose Saudi Arabia because of the money. And that's all we got. No one else can tell us any other reason. You could have gone anywhere else. Hell, you're going back to Las Vegas again next year for WrestleMania 42. Why? Money. Like I said, man, if you continue to make it about the money, you start to lose your soul. And once you lose your soul, once you lose the heart of who you are, you start losing money. So, they need to be careful. All right, like I said, we're going to be here for a while. Let's go ahead and move things along. I don't want to make this intro too long. So, let's go ahead and push forward, say hello to the people. We're going to get back into Saudi Arabia. I'm going to break down the details of what we know about what's happening, why we're doing it, who we might see. I'm not saying we are going to see, but who we might see in Saudi Arabia for WrestleMania 43. and then we'll talk about SmackDown, and then I'm gonna split because I do want to be somewhere in the next hour or so. So thank you all so much for being here. If this is the first time you're watching me, do me a solid favor. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Wow, your edit help expand the brand by doing the following things. Join the membership. Click that join button and get the opportunity to request a video of your choosing, whether it's a live reaction, a hot topic, or a review, past, present, or future. Also, don't forget to give thanks. Hit that super thanks. If you would like to donate after the fact, you can. Also, let me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, just Alyx Central. Give me a follow on Instagram, give me a follow on Spotify, give me a follow on Cameo, give me a follow on Threads, follow us on Discord, follow me on Blue Sky, where the skies are clearer, and give me a follow on TikTok, for I am the tickest of the talkest. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, Venmo, and yes, Super Chats are officially on. You can donate at any point in time during the broadcast to get your thoughts played live on the air. Email me at justalexsworld@gmail.com. For business inquiries, just to say hi, and get yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees and Teespring. Are you a Just Alyx guy? Then join the club. Get you an I'm a Just Alyx guy t-shirt. Hot out the press. Also get you an old school Deluxe Man t-shirt. Get you a new school Alyx's World t-shirt. And many more t-shirt designs coming your way. So stay tuned. Join the cause. Expand the brand today, right here in Alyx's World. Thank you all so much for joining me for this lovely live stream. You could be anywhere here. You chose me for this lovely, lovely evening. You won't regret it. Please be sure you show the love. You show your love to the Mod Squad. Ultra! Try to say first to heart. Elias, a demon. New Japan Pro Wrestling Girl. Khalil does everything. Everything. Highway Dylan Danger. Dylan Danger. Teflon Don. The Mod Father. Zeno. Enigma. Big MGM. And Miss Firestar Heart Angel Hollenbeck. They all help keep this a safe space for wrestling fans like you and like us. Please be sure you like the video. The more you like the video, the more opportunities I will be given to be recommended here on YouTube. So help boost that algorithm by hitting that like button. Yes, the Super Chat Championship, the international Super Chat title, is indeed on the line. Every Friday Night SmackDown, the champ will have to defend the title. Now, I don't know where Corpse CA is, but if you just so happen to donate $5 and he doesn't show up to donate anything, then who knows what might happen. But remember, if you come for the title, if you come for the tribal chief, you best not miss. And that goes both ways for the world champ. Next Saturday, the world champ, Ronwell Nagales, the chosen one, the Unwicked, will indeed be defending his belt. And that, my friends, is going to be quite the battle. It will be his first championship defense. So I am very curious to know who is going to come for the king. Who here? Who is here for this lovely live stream? I see Trey Lucado, JJ, who let the dogs out? Who? JJ Bulldog. I see Aaron Teagle. I see Dossie Chatham. Dro Davidian. Not JPEG. Interesting name. Bryce Blackwell. Of course, we already mentioned him before, but we'll mention him again. The Young Wiccan. The world champ, the chosen one, Ronwell Nagales. We got Chris Wrestling Views. We got former international champ, Debit Money. Debit Money Adams, good to have you here, sir. I see David Draham. We got Pikachu Black, not to be confused with Alistair Black. We also got, let me scroll up a little bit, don't want to miss anybody. Joe Arredondo. I see Adam Ritter. And we're going to go ahead and stop it there for right now. Apparently, people are still coming in. I came up here a little bit earlier than usual. So people are probably still, filing in as time will come by. There's Aaron Teagle right there. Yeah, I'm seeing some new names now. Aaron Teagle. We got Dragon Man 88. So you'll start seeing more people come in. Like I said, I came up here a little bit earlier than usual. I usually come up here right at 9:30, right? So I came up here at 9 because, again, I'm trying to get this in and get out of here. But Joseph Winters, good to have you here. But yeah, we're gonna move things along here. Thank you guys for being here. Please like the video. Again, liking the video does help push the video out. So I appreciate you for that. And we're gonna find out if we're gonna have a new champ or not. For the record, if no one donates tonight, then of course Corpse EA naturally retains the title. But I'm thinking someone might try to sneak one in and take the title away from him at the last second. All right, let's go ahead and talk about it. Let's get to it. Let me pull up my notes here because I don't want to miss anything. It was no secret that Saudi Arabia was getting WrestleMania at some point. We all felt it. We all knew it. We didn't want it, but it was inevitable. I was hoping it wouldn't happen until like the last year, like maybe 2028. Well, honestly, let me see. When is the Saudi Arabia contract ending? Is it 2027? Oh, never mind. Well, that makes sense. So the Saudi Arabia contract is ending in 2027. There you go. Maybe that was just it. They were always going to get a WrestleMania as part of their deal, 10-year deal. So their 10-year deal, hopefully the last of their 10-year deal, will end in 2027. And as a result, I believe they're going to get a WrestleMania and a Royal Rumble. Now, Royal Rumble, I think, is coming in 2026. So as soon as you heard they were getting a Royal Rumble, you had to know. You had to know they were going to get a WrestleMania. Now, here are the details. They announced this literally today. It was made official earlier on in the week. Says here, Saudi Arabia is aiming to present the most star-studded show of all time with WrestleMania 43. And they are working hard to bring a number of former top WWE stars out of retirement. The names included are, think about the top, and I mean this, the top Mount Rushmore of WWE talent. Yeah, basically, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker. And look, if they're planning on bringing in all the big names, I have a big feeling we might get John Cena too. We're definitely getting Brock Lesnar. Wouldn't be surprised if we got some other legends, tag team, female wrestlers. So, this is going to be quite the nostalgic show, if you know what I mean. For better or for worse. The big name that people are hoping to show up, and this is coming from Saudi Arabia, is Hollywood's biggest paid actor, whether you like him or not, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. They are hoping that they can get Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to compete, and we still don't know what the opponent would be, but you could piece it together. If they're doing Rock at WrestleMania, who else is it going to be besides Cody Rhodes or Roman Reigns? And I'm thinking, if it's at WrestleMania 43, that screams Roman Reigns. That also screams Rock's final match, because Homeboy is going to be, what, 55? Let me look this up really quickly. How old is The Rock? 53. He just turned 53 this year. So he'll be 55 by the time we get to WrestleMania. Lord have mercy. All right. And he's having the time of his life. He just had that awesome movie. He's already filming another movie. He took off the muscle mass to start filming another movie. Undertaker is like 60 what? 61? How old is The Undertaker? So he's 60. Let me see. When is his birthday? Yeah, he's 60. So he'll be 62 by the time WrestleMania. Oh my God, WrestleMania 43 rolls around. Look, he wasn't looking good in his 40s, y'all. Let's not push it. Let's not push it. Shawn Michaels. So Shawn Michaels has been training for some time now. I don't know if you've been keeping up with him on his social media, whether that's Twitter or Instagram, but he's been training. He's been in the gym. He's getting in shape for something. So if he's coming back for one more match, I'm okay with that. I do think Shawn needs to come back for one more match. Because the last match he had was that tag match with Taker, Kane, and Triple H. Also in Saudi Arabia. And that was dog shit. So he needs to make up for that. Just saying. But,
I don't have an issue with WWE expanding their business and maximizing profits. I can't hate on the Saudis for shooting their shot. My issue is that WWE will edit their product for Saudi Arabia's cultural differences.
You gotta please your masters. Uh-oh.
Why should we alter our product just to appease them? WWE is an American product, and if they don't like how women dress or how our product is offered, then I have 2 words for ya.
So Corpse EA just essentially said, and another thing! Watch him drop another 50 just to finish that up. And I got 2 words for ya. Acknowledge me. No, I don't know. He's gonna do that. Thank you. Massive 2 $50 donations. Jesus Christ. What is that? $100 donation. Thank you, sir. That's crazy. So I'm assuming he's retaining. We can agree he's retaining. All right, let's get back to it. They made the announcement today, and listen, I'm gonna have to pull up these photos. Let me pull up these photos really quickly. Y'all should see these photos that I found online of all the wrestlers that were there at the announcement. They did not look happy. They were just like, "Why am I here? Why did you bring us? Why did you bring us here, Triple H?" Might have to pull up a different screen here. 1 second, y'all. You'll have to forgive me. You have to forgive me 1 second. Just gonna move this down here. Okay, now I think I could. Yeah, there we go. All right, so boom. Now, this is photos of the women. This is giving I'm only here so I don't get fined vibes. And then look at that. Is that Liv Morgan? Random Liv Morgan appearance looking good. Looking good. Also potential Royal Rumble winner. Just saying. But yeah, those photos are going all over the place. Everyone's just like, why are we here? Oh, it gets more interesting. Look at this. Not a single smile. Not a single smile. Everyone's just like, we're only doing it because we're getting paid. That's why we're here. Even Taker's just like, why y'all bring my crazy behind over here?
First we gave them a Raw and SD, then we gave them PLEs, now we are giving them Mania. The next step is WWE selling shares of their company to them.
Hey. That is definitely a possibility. I hope you're wrong about that, though. I hope you're wrong about that. So you could just look at all of these wrestlers like, just put us out of our misery already. We really don't want to be doing this. And so the memes about all of this is hilarious to me. It's hilarious. But of course, Triple H, who made the announcement, look at him, all smiles. I got your money. We're about to make money. I said money, money. Yeah. Again, look at these photos. Of course, Liv Morgan looking the bomb. Bianca Belair did an interview. She was asked a question at this conference, and she said, "We are helping to make progress for change in Saudi Arabia." That's the phrase she used. Progress for change. So, as more details come out, we will definitely talk about it. But let's get to it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to it. Let's have a conversation. Let's break this down. So, from a business standpoint, I can't be mad at WWE. If you are trying to make money, you're in the business of making money. You have one entity that wants to throw at you, and this has been reported, $250 million. I'm going to say that again. $250 million. And all the other cities are bidding 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 5 million. That's cute. 5 million. A great city will bid somewhere between 10 and 15 if they know what's good for them, which is probably what Las Vegas bidded. Anyways, so you got all these other cities making these average bids of like a couple million, and here comes Saudi Arabia, 250. Well, which one's going to win? Business tells you, follow the money. We're going to give you all this money. That's going to be great for production. That's going to be great for your overall product, where you can take that money, funnel it into other stuff, pay your talent, bring in other talent. What are you expecting WWE to do here? I want you to think from a business perspective. Take the fandom out of it. We'll get to the fandom in a second, okay? As a businessman, you would be foolish to turn this offer down. You can sit here all day and say blood money. We've already been taking their blood money. We've already crossed that. It's too late to go back now. We can't all of a sudden grow a conscience and stop taking their money. We're already in a contract with them. We've been taking their money. Blades are our hands. So you might as well get the most out of it. If I know the contract is ending in 2027, this is the final year we're going to have them. Meaning this source of income could be coming to an end, especially knowing who's in charge. We're not going to get into it because this is not Raw Cognizance, but the likelihood of them renewing this deal might not be all that great. So if they are offering me $250 million to host an event at a great stadium, a huge stadium, why would I turn that down? Think business. Whether you like it or not, WWE made a business decision. And I can't be mad at them for that. That being said, let me talk about the fandom aspect. I said this earlier. I don't mind saying it again, because I will never say it again. It does hurt my soul to say Vince McMahon would not have done this. Vince McMahon would not have hosted WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia, or even hosted WrestleMania in Las Vegas with these ticket prices. That's something Vince McMahon would not have done. Vince McMahon would have made all the ticket sales affordable for all families. If you can afford $25, we have seats for you. If you can pay more, we have seats for you. But Vince McMahon was never going to outprice customers. The shows were garbage. Absolute dog shit. But he was never going to outprice them. And that's something I appreciate about Vince McMahon. He always put the customer first. Because a good businessman always knows, you create the product first, the money will follow. You don't go for the money first and then give them the product. It never works that way. That's just a business of losing money. That's how you lose money, right? And I, as a fan, am getting worried with where we're taking WWE. Because it feels like a business predicated on money first and entertainment second. We've been seeing that ever since WWE got sold to TKO. That first year, it was great. But as time went by, it started feeling like a money grab everywhere they went. Ticket prices slowly climbed more and more as time went by. People started paying an arm and a leg rent price, literally giving rent to go to a WWE event. I'm not joking. Look at the lowest, and I mean this, the lowest ticket price at WrestleMania 41. It was literally $750 for one night. If you went for 2 nights, that's $1,500, y'all. $1,500. The lowest price ticket was $1,500. That's a front row seat. That's more than a front row seat for a Raw or SmackDown. Now, to be fair, yes, inflation, but still, that's a lot of money. Now Wrestlepalooza, which is coming up next Saturday, to get a floor seat, $6,000. $6,000 for a floor seat. What? There has to come a point where WWE says, you know what? We don't need to overprice these people. I know that TKO is in debt. But unfortunately, when you sell to a company, there's always gonna become a price. There's gonna be a price consequence to that. So anytime a business sells, there's always gonna be debt. And TKO is in debt. But the idea is over time, you make a return on that investment, right? And as of lately, I don't know about y'all, WWE, it's been doing good with money. The amount of money they've been making hand over fist? Put it to you like this. You got the Netflix deal. You got this ESPN deal. That alone, billions of dollars. Yes, over 10 years, but still, billions of dollars. Now, add on top of that, their annual revenue. What they do annually from a business perspective. Yes, costs in terms of traveling and then pyro and then production, that does affect it, but they're generating more money that they can keep up with. The amount, and I mean this, the amount of times I've heard WWE say, we set an attendance record. We broke the attendance record. We sold out more seats in the arena and this arena than we've ever done before. Record-breaking gate. Record-breaking gate. Record-breaking gate. Despite the fact that they have overpriced these tickets. Ladies and gentlemen, they're in the green. So, when does it become a point when WWE can say, all right, we're going to ease up on ticket prices now. Now, don't get me wrong. Get your bag. Make your money. Please. I'm never going to tell a business not to prioritize money over anything else. You will never, ever, ever hear me say that. I would be a terrible businessman. I would also be disingenuous if I told WWE, screw the money. Y'all got money. Y'all don't need the money. No. Get your bag. But do it the right way. I always believe any successful business puts the customer first. Are we going to give them a great product? If I give you, for example, I spent $500 to go to Raw this past July, and I'm never doing that again. I'm not doing that ever again. You will never ever see me spend that much money for any event, unless it's a WrestleMania. I'm just saying. But I spent $500, took a friend with me to go see Monday Night Raw. That show was good, but nah, bruh, it wasn't worth the $500. If I'm going to be spending that much money, y'all better be giving me the best shows ever. You better be giving me the best shows possible. Because I know, despite the fact that AEW is not a great product, do you understand what kind of a seat I can get with AEW? With just $500? That's floor seats. I can get a floor seat with $500 in AEW. Hell, they're coming to Houston. I think they're coming to Houston on November 5th. Yeah, November 5th this year. They'll be in Houston. $500 will get me a front row seat. Not even. Not even. If I'm giving you that much money, I'm going to need the quality of your product to be up par. It needs to be on par, not subpar. This better be better than the Attitude Era. Every storyline better be hitting. Every star better be a hit. I'm talking like every single act on the mid card, lower card, main event is a star. Like in the Attitude Era, you had stars everywhere. You couldn't keep people away from the buildings. Man, they wanted to stay. I don't get that feeling nowadays with WWE. If it comes to town, I'm going to be interested in going. But you will never, ever, ever see me go, oh, I need to get... All these fans stalking Rhea Ripley, stalking Liv Morgan, hounding them at airports. I will never do that. Not because I don't respect them or enjoy their work. Or, I respect their boundaries. I don't love wrestlers that much. There isn't a wrestler alive right now that creates that feeling for me. Stone Cold Steve Austin did that. The Rock did that. Shawn Michaels did that. Ric Flair did that. Woo! When he wasn't a racist, Hulk Hogan did that before I knew he was a racist. Eddie Guerrero, Kurt Angle. John Cena, Doctor of Thugonomics, of course. CM Punk, Bryan Danielson. There aren't a lot of wrestlers that would make me give an arm and a leg to go see them. No offense to the wrestlers. It's nothing against them. So, for you to tell me I have to pay that amount of money to go see your product, and I don't really feel it in my soul, and nothing about what you're giving me touches me on an emotional level, I'm being ripped off. And that's the message I want to get to WWE. Get your bag, but don't lose your soul. Don't lose this. Don't lose heart. Tell the stories that people want to see. Promote the wrestlers that people want to see. Have great, engaging matches. Make sure the product is tight. Focus on the product first. Give fans the best product first before anything else. If you do that first, everything will fall into place. We can sit here all day and talk about where WrestleMania 43 should have been. Whether it's London, whether it's Toronto, whether it's somewhere here in America, whether it's any other country with a big stadium. The fact of the matter is this. It doesn't matter where you host WrestleMania. If the show sucks, it doesn't matter. If your show isn't making fans feel like they saw something special, isn't creating moments, isn't resonating with them on a deep level, it doesn't matter where the fuck it's hosted. And it doesn't matter how much money you're making. I want WWE to get their bag. If WWE is going to give us the best damn show ever, WrestleMania 43, with engaging storylines, great matches, engaging characters, heel versus babyface, Rock versus Roman, Stone Cold Steve Austin versus CM Punk, I hope they make $1 billion. Screw up making 250. Nah, quadruple it. Give them $1 billion. As long as you're giving me the best show possible. But if this is a cash grab, if you're going to put the money first before the fans, and you're going to lose your soul, what are we even doing? Why are we even here? Why should I care? Especially as I don't like AEW. Tony Khan cares. He actually does care about the fans. Fans that like what he likes, but he cares about them. So I hope WWE knows that. And I hope they maintain their soul. I don't care where you host WrestleMania. You can host WrestleMania in Antarctica. WrestleMania 50, Antarctica. You can host WrestleMania on the fucking moon. If the product is killing it, if we're getting the best show possible, I will be there. I will be watching. Can I get an amen? Runwell, can I get an amen? Corpse CA, can I get an amen? Movie Maker, can I get an amen? JJ Bulldog, can I get an amen? WrestleMania 43 in Saudi Arabia is a cash grab. There's no doubt about it. Everyone that saw this announcement knew what this was. We understand what this is. All we care about, all we want to know is if you, WWE, are going to be true to who you are and not lose your soul. Are you going to sell out? Did you sell out? Or is this really going to be the best show possible? That's all I care. That's all I care about. Someone in the live chat just said, "Oh my brother, testify!" I love it. I love it. All right. Let's talk about SmackDown. We do have an episode of SmackDown to talk about. Like I said, it was a good show. Very easy to talk about. I don't even think do I need to look at my notes? Or let me look at Truth and Brock Lesnar, and then Sami Zayn and Rey Fenix, and then after that was freaking B-Fab getting her ass kicked and no one gave a fuck. And I think after that was Tiffany Stratton and Jay Cargill, right? If I'm not mistaken. And then Melo Del Miz, and then the main event. That was it. And the Wyatt Six family. The Wyatt Six family. The Wyatt Six family. The Wyatt Six. Yeah. I don't eat my notes. I can wing this one. I basically covered it. So, Brock Lesnar opened the show. Love seeing him interact with Ron Killings, R-Truth, Ron Cena. You can tell that they're both very comfortable with each other. They both basically said, we're just going to go out there and wing it. We're going to have some fun. And Brock cracked corpse like 5 times. R-Truth is so entertaining. I hate that they make him a joke. Why is he a joke character? Why aren't we pushing this man to be a main event player? And I mean that, like, they should really consider giving R-Truth a run at that world title. They really should. He is someone that deserves a shot. Because every time he goes out there, he gets a reaction. The fans love him. But Brock Lesnar gives him an F5, and then he rips his pants. How did that SpongeBob song go? Ripped his pants. And then he just walked away laughing. And see, stuff like that, from a fan perspective, as someone watching from the outside looking in, I'm like, that just kind of took me out of it. Because I get it. Like, that was a blooper reel. We're having fun. But it's also like, I'm supposed to be invested in the show. This is supposed to be a monster. And here he is laughing that he ripped his pants. All right, so there's that. He will be fighting John Cena at Wrestlepalooza. We will talk about that on Tuesday with A&B combos and marked by wrestling. Sami Zayn had he had an excellent match with Rey Fenix. We all know Rey Fenix. Rey Fenix is outstanding. Rey Fenix is one of the best performers in wrestling today. Period. Bar none. He is one of the best wrestlers, period. And I've been waiting for him to have a match like this in WWE. Because he's someone that we know can go, but he needs the right partner and the right story and the right moment to go all out. And I know when WWE gives it to him, he's going to excel. And he excelled tonight. This was an excellent match. He got over in defeat. And that was the great thing about John Cena's US Open Challenge. John Cena was having such great matches with everybody. With everybody that he wrestled, they got over in defeat. They lost, but they got over as a result. And I feel like that's happening with Sami Zayn here. They're going to try to do that with Sami, where even though they lose, they'll get over as a result. And that's great for Sami, because we're no longer treating him like he's the underdog babyface. Because he's not. He's not an underdog babyface. He's the dominant champ. As he should be. And this is going to set him up to win the Rumble and then win the title at WrestleMania 42. Not 43. But I love this match. I absolutely love this match. Sami, of course, retained, but it didn't really matter. And then Sami goes backstage later on to talk to Carmelo Hayes. Melo don't miss. Melo wants a shot at the United States Championship. Miz doesn't like that because he wants to keep his eye on the ball. Miz wants Melo to focus on the tag team titles. And I love this dynamic. I think Melo Don't Miz is easily one of the best things that got going right now in terms of storylines and character developments. There's something about Miz and Melo that just connects. It clicks. Miz is clearly the villain. Melo is becoming a sympathetic heel that fans are starting to gravitate towards. So you can see where this is ultimately going. You know they're going to become tag team champs. You know Melo is going to see some success as a singles competitor. I hope Melo wins the United States title and the tag team titles eventually. He should. He should. And then these two should have an actual run with those tag team belts. Miz will turn on Melo, and Melo will have to contend against Miz. There's a feud for you. There's a feud for you. So I'm excited about that. That's a storyline that's working. Now, I don't know when The Miz and Carmelo Hayes is taking on the Wyatt Six. I was kind of hoping that would be a Wrestlepalooza, but I guess not. But that's okay, because we're going to get Julia taking on B-Fab. I'm joking. No, we're not. They were supposed to have a match. Julia basically beat up B-Fab. No one cares. I I think after this, we had an Aleister Black promo. Don't know why he's a heel. He should be a babyface, but whatever. Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton was a great match. And I mean this. Their match at SummerSlam was whatever. It was a basic ho-hum, blank, check, whatever, decent match that went 7 minutes. This match went a long time, and the energy maintained itself throughout. Jade's getting better. You see the progression with Jade Cargill. You see her improving. And this match with her and Tiffany was great. It ended in a no contest, of course. Double count out. And then Nia Jax walked her ass in there. Her big ass in there and attacked both of them. So guess what we're doing at Wrestlepalooza? You called it 3-way. So, and I saw that coming. I had a feeling we were going to get a 3-way with those girls. We might get Bianca Belair showing up at that event. She seems to be okay. I saw her in the press conference, Saudi Arabia. She doesn't have the thing on her finger no more, so maybe she's all right. Maybe she's all right, unless someone else saw it. We'll see. We will definitely see. After this, I believe we got Rey Mysterio talking to his son, Dominic Mysterio, who better win that AAA world title, Mega World title today. I ain't playing with y'all. Speaking of AAA, Michael Cole and Corey Graves are on commentary, which means Booker T and Vic Joseph was on commentary. They were amazing. Did anyone else think that Vic Joseph and Booker T did an excellent job on commentary? They weren't distracting one bit. They did a great job. I love their commentary work. Their synergy is incredible. Honestly, give them SmackDown. No, they're great on NXT, but give them SmackDown. Main event was Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. Randy Orton is kind of falling into his heel ways. You see him going for the punt a lot more, falling into that dark side of his. The referee trying to stop him. Randy gets pissed off, gets distracted. Boom! Bro kick. Randy gets pinned 1, 2, 3. Drew tries to attack Randy Orton. Guess who stops him? Adrenaline in my soul. Something. Blonde hair, blue eyes, apple pie. America! Cody Rhodes makes his return. Attacks Drew McIntyre. Drew runs for the heels. The show ends with Cody Rhodes challenging Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship at Wrestlepalooza. So, ladies and gentlemen, what's this? Worlds Collide has Corey Graves, JBL, and Conan. Where's Michael Cole? Did I say bro kick? Heh, my bad. I mean Claymore! 1, 2, 3, boom! Pins Randy Orton. Randy Orton gets his ass kicked. Cody Rhodes runs to the ring, and same thing. He basically challenges him to a match. Wrestlepalooza. We now have 6 matches. Let me see. So John Cena and Brock Lesnar. The mixed tag, AJ Styles, AJ Lee, CM Punk, the other AJ, Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins. And then we got the 3-way with the women. Then we got Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. What are the other 2 matches? I have to look at this pen. Oh, Stephanie McCurry versus Io Sky. And Usos versus Division. There it is. I got it. Usos versus Division. So that's 6 matches. They might add. Ooh. That might be it. Actually, they might stop right there. That's a strong 6-match card. If they got to add one more. Would you do AJ Styles and Dominic again? Nah, can't do that. 6 matches is good. If they gotta add one more, and I mean one more, you could do Bayley and Lyra if you wanted to. We could do Sammy defending the U.S. title against somebody. Maybe Shinsuke Nakamura. We saw Shinsuke, by the way, when Sammy was talking to Carmelo Hayes. I would love to see Penta take on Dominic Mysterio, but we gotta save that for Survivor Series. We'll see. We'll see. We will definitely see what match they add. But there you go. That's my thoughts on SmackDown. That's my thoughts on Saudi Arabia. Give me your thoughts and be honest. Like, how we feeling about WWE going to Saudi Arabia? Don't hold back. Don't hold back. Let me know how you feel. There is no wrong answer to this. All right, live chat, you have the floor. Talk to my baby. Let me hear you. What y'all got to say about all this? And yes, Corpse-CA is retaining, as we all thought he would, he is retaining his international championship. Corpse-CA is on track to, of course, retaining his #1 spot. In the top right corner, you'll see the amount of donations made in the month of August. Corpse-CA ran away with it with over $1,000 in donations. Of course, Three Diggers was right behind him with $746. Ronwell Nogales, who's your current world champ, dropped a massive $500 bomb to win the world title. That's why he's number 3. I'm wondering if Corpse-CA is going to take it again. Because we already know Three Diggers is not going to be number 2. Because he's not donating no more. So. Do I see AJ Styles costing Dominic Mysterio again tonight? He could probably try, but I doubt it's going to happen. Speaking of the champ, Ronwell Nogales says, I'm 1000% despised that they picked Saudi Arabia over London, especially for WrestleMania. I wanted Rock versus Roman at London, not Saudi Arabia. Like I said, man, don't lose your soul. Wherever you go, don't lose your soul. We haven't seen Bianca since Evolution. I forgot what she did. Was she the referee? She was the referee of Bianca versus Naomi, right? Not Bianca. She was the referee of Naomi versus Jade Cargill, right? Okay. Yeah, we might see her again. Yeah, Rey Fenix was a beast, man. Rey Fenix was a great performer. James, dude, you're getting me confused. What is James saying? James Raquel Rodriguez. Fan guy, man. What? That's a long ass name. Shane McMahon. What about Shane McMahon? I heard nothing about Shane McMahon at all. Oh, he wants to know if Shane McMahon's coming to Saudi Arabia. Hold on for a minute, player. Let's not do that. Let's calm down. But no, don't calm down, because get excited for the premier reaction channel here in the YouTube space. Say hello to A&B Combos Wrestling Edition. A&B, we had a long conversation about Saudi Arabia. We will be bringing it up. We will bring it up again on Tuesday just to get your thoughts, because I do want to talk about it. Remember, this upcoming Tuesday, Wrestlepalooza preview and prediction. We're going to preview it with A&B Combos. It's going to be quite the show. Immediately following NXT Homecoming. And there will be a live reaction to that also on Tuesday. It's going to be quite the stream. Don't miss it. Xavier Woods just said on Worlds Collide that he's going to get head surgery. Head surgery? You mean neck surgery? The hell? 1 second. Xavier Woods. Surgery. I don't see anything about him getting a head surgery. Did he, like, literally just have surgery? in the past 24 hours? Yeah, I don't know what's been going on, but apparently he had surgery or something like that. Whatever. Sarah, is it Bengar? Sarah Bengar. Hello, Sarah. Sarah says, I called it that the first international WrestleMania will take place in Saudi Arabia. I am sorry, London, but SA most likely had a much higher bid. Yeah, Saudi Arabia outbid them with $250 million. $250 million. Hey, like, what's gonna beat that, man? Who can outbid them? What country, what city is going to give WWE any more money than that? There's nothing you can do. It's just business. So Psyx, is it PsyXY? PsyXY? It's very disappointing to see that they decided to have WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. I get it, y'all. I hear you. And your feelings are valid. Exactly, Sarah. Like, there's no way you are going to outbid $250 million. Now, people are saying WWE sold out. I mean, like, what do you want them to do? Any good business would take the money. Just don't lose your soul in the process. So, anyways, y'all, thank y'all so much for being here. I don't want to overstay my welcome. I've said what I need to say. I do need to split, so I'm going to go ahead and go. Thank y'all so much for being here. Give me your thoughts down below if you're watching this afterwards. As you file out, do all the YouTube things, like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and Venmo. I love you all, and I'll catch you guys next time right here in Alyx's world. The place that is, was, forever, forever will be, and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. Peace. Oh, when you're oh, when you're